Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. I'm Steve Fellows. I have the privilege of serving as the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer for Cottage Health. I have the privilege of working with all of our operating entities throughout the health system. And a new work that we are engaged in is a work in population health, and that's why you're here today. You've actually been very specifically identified as an individual that we wanted to hear from. You personally, from your organization, to hear your voice about the needs within our community. We launched Population Health in September of last year. And you'll be hearing more about population health. And there are lots of definitions about population health out there. Pick up a journal, pick up a magazine, read the LA Times. I mean, just read anything. And if you've heard one, you've heard one. And so what we're trying to do is to really listen. And today is part of our listening tour. This is a new experience for me, and I think for our organization in particular. We're conducting listening tours all over the community with various groups of individuals. There was a listening tour last night up in Santa Ynez, and as you can appreciate, last night's listening tour is going to be really different from today's listening tour. I had the privilege of doing two yesterday, one with clergy, and you can just imagine what that one must have been like. And then also yesterday morning had an opportunity to do one with law enforcement, first responders, payers and providers here in the local community as well. And then there are a series of others that are going on throughout the course of this summer as well. What we really want to be able to do is to hear your voice, to hear your examples of what you see going on outside within our communities. Population health is really understanding the needs of various populations and groups within our community. And so we know that veterans are potentially going to have different needs from the homeless population, who are going to have different needs from kids, whether it's food insecurities for kids or educational opportunities for kids. Or it might be the senior population, our senior communities that are struggling. And Linda and I were just talking a moment ago. I have finally arrived. I am the population that you all talk about in some respects. I am the sandwich generation. I've got two sets of, I've got my mother who just moved to Santa Barbara, my in-laws who just moved to Santa Barbara, all within the last 2 months. And guess who the caregivers are between my wife and me? And then a child who I just took to USC for graduate school. That was harder than, I think, taking care of my parents, because I don't like the neighborhood. I do not like the neighborhood around USC. But at dinner on Sunday night, my wife and I, Denise, took my mom to dinner, kind of like, okay, we're going to launch Mom today at Vista Del Monte. And I looked across the table at my mom, took a drink of my margarita. Okay, I took 2 drinks of my margarita. And I said to my mom, I said, are you excited about moving into Vista Del Monte? And she's almost 90, and she said, you know, I really am. I'm glad to be in a community where I know I'm going to get the services that I need. And I said to her, you know, I feel like a parent taking my child to the first day of school as I take my mom to Vista Del Monte and kind of launch her into a new venue of life for her. So what we really want to hear today is we want to hear your voice. We want to hear from you what you believe the needs are in our community. And Bob McKinnon will be our facilitator today. My job is to sit and listen. And I'll have Bob do the introductions of everyone around the table as well as the rest of the Cottage team here in a few minutes. And so we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to share your thoughts with us today. We look forward to it. And then I'll come back later this morning and do a wrap-up for us. And with that, Bob, I'll turn it over to you.